Your referee for this match, Tom Peepers. Introducing first, hailing from Liberty, Indiana, Chad Collyer.
It is time to go old school here tonight at Cyber Clash. There you see him in the ring, Chad Collyer, one of the all-time great technicians in HWA history. The same could be said for his opposition.
Hailing from London, England, Nigel McGuinness.
Nigel McGuinness here to tangle with one of his all-time great rivals, Chad Collyer. And Hooks, you being the resident historian that you are, I know you've witnessed some of their battles in the past.
And this is the one I've really been looking forward to here. These two guys have not only had numerous great matches with so many other competitors, but when these two hook it up, you're sure to see something special. I remember years ago in our old HWA building just a few miles up the road, I watched these two on a Sunday afternoon hook it up in front of a rabid HWA crowd, and these two men went for one solid hour. Some of the greatest wrestling this company has ever seen, and I'm sure they're going to do it again here tonight, show you guys why we put the wrestling in Heartland Wrestling Association.
I think that's one of the great things here tonight about Cyber Clash. There's really something for everyone on this show, and for the wrestling purist, you have got to be in heaven right now as Chad Collyer and Nigel McGuinness start this one off. Head scissors being applied by Collyer, but look at Nigel McGuinness. We've talked so many times about it. This man knows a counter hold for every hold. He's always about 2 or 3 steps ahead of the opposition. And he's gonna have to be in a match with Collyer.
Both of these men have wrestled internationally. Both of these men, although they have great technical wrestling background, very different styles here. Chad Collyer, of course, trained by the legendary Dean Malenko. Nigel McGuinness, I lost count how many times this guy flew back and forth across the ocean here in England to get his wrestling training. This guy sacrificed everything to get to where he's at today. He has that European style, not often seen here in the States.
And for a normal opponent, that could throw him off, but Collyer and McGuinness know each other so well that Collyer no doubt has the defenses built in now to combat any kind of the European style that McGuinness brings to the table. Snap mare, but look at this, McGuinness never let go.
I've said many times before, Nigel McGuinness knows 5 counters for every hold you'll see in a professional wrestling ring. But then again, as I said, Chad Collyer, trained by Dean Malenko. I mean, this guy knows every hold there is. He probably knows a counter too.
Well, Dean Malenko, famous for being the man of 1,000 holds. Both men back up to their feet. Collyer once again with the snapmare, but once again, Nigel McGuinness does not let go of that hammerlock. I think Chad Collyer could snapmare McGuinness all night long. He's not letting go.
These guys, no stranger to gold here in the HWA. In the years they've competed here, these guys have held every title imaginable between the two of them.
Oh.
There was a time when Chad Collyer dominated the cruiserweight scene here in the HWA. Both of these men have worked for NWA TNA. They've both worked for Ring of Honor. Both of these guys have been overseas to compete. I mean, their list of accolades just goes on and on.
We've got two of the best in the entire wrestling world going at it tonight at Cyber Clash, the first ever online pay-per-view brought to you by the Heartland Wrestling Association. And there is still a whole lot more to come here tonight, but look at this. Collyer in the corner. McGuinness going to back off, let him out. McGuinness hoping this will be a sportsman-like competition, but I think sooner or later the true colors of Chad Collyer will come out, and it's not going to be pleasant if you're Nigel McGuinness.
Well, both of these guys have very unique personalities. Both would say that, both of these guys, their mental thinking a little different than the average man.
Oh. Collyer.
Unorthodox, a way to put it.
Well, Collyer down on the mat. Nice bridge by Collyer. Doesn't want those shoulders down. Referee Tom Peepers in there, and this has got to be the biggest match this young official has ever officiated here on the biggest stage of them all for the HWA Cyber Clash. And look at this, McGuinness. Oh, Collyer kneels down. But McGuinness rolls. Oh, no, wait a minute. Two, and arm drag into the head scissors goes Collyer. And now a standoff.
Neither man able to gain that advantage. In a match like this, it's going to be the first man to make a mistake who might end up losing it, but will either of these guys make a mistake?
Yeah, these guys don't make too many mistakes. You don't have that list of accolades that you mentioned by making too many mistakes in this business. And McGuinness grabs the leg, takes down Collyer, and now the wrist lock. Nigel has that arm lock, but Collyer showing some great geographical awareness there, got his foot on the bottom rope.
Collyer backing away. Nigel McGuinness with that focused look on his face. Not looking away from Chad Collyer for an instant.
Collyer. Oh. Kind of suckered McGuinness in that time, but won't take McGuinness long to get out of this. And there you see what I'm talking about. Oh. And I've said it before, and I'll say it right now. McGuinness has the most finesse of any wrestler I have ever seen in my entire life.
He's so fluid that by the time he's got you in some sort of hold, you have no idea how you got there.
Collyer back up to his feet, and, well, McGuinness takes him right back down. Nip up by Collyer. Trying to reverse this hold, but here he goes. He's got it turned, but McGuinness with the snapmare. And just when Collyer thought he had the answer, McGuinness changed the question.
McGuinness wrenching back on the head and neck of Chad Collyer. Both men slowly getting back to their feet. Look at this, Collyer stepping on the foot of McGuinness, helps him get into that hammer lock.
And Collyer trying to get some control in this one. Hasn't really been able to put a lot together. McGuinness down to one knee. And not a very pleasant chant being directed towards Mr. Collyer.
Using a little bit of the Nigel McGuinness lingo here.
Called you a wanker earlier, didn't he?
Well, I thought he meant it as a term of endearment, but perhaps I was wrong.
Nigel in this hammerlock.
You notice Collyer was using his own body weight to hold down Nigel McGuinness. McGuinness still works his way back to his feet. Still that hammerlock applied.
And now it's Collyer who's being relentless with the hammerlock. And
every time McGuinness tries to sneak out the back door, Collyer catches him.
And you can almost, as you look at McGuinness, look at his eyes, you see the wheels turning, and he found a way out. He just stood there, and action now on the outside, and wait a minute. McGuinness
ducked that blow, throwing a couple European uppercuts, staggering Collyer.
A suplex, no. Cut, oh, and Nigel McGuinness shoulder first into the support beam here at the HWA Arena, and the rafters reverberated with that shot. Oh, and again, McGuinness in that left shoulder meeting the steel.
And what started as a scientific contest has broken down here.
Well, this one was billed as an old school classic. It is turning into a Pier 6 brawl on the outside.
Knife edge shot by Collyer. McGuinness fires back with an elbow.
McGuinness rolled in by Collyer. Collyer right in after him. He knows full well not to give McGuinness too much of an opportunity to get back in this one. The scoop, he's got him up on the shoulder, and a shoulder breaker. That same shoulder that's hit that steel post. And Nigel trying to shake off the effects of the punishment.
Collyer going right back in. Great thing about Nigel McGuinness, you take out that left arm, Nigel McGuinness can put you in a hold with any member or any part of his body, any limb on his body, either of his legs, either of his arms. Right now using his head as a battering ram.
But I'll tell you what, when you are so evenly matched, as these two are, whoa! When you are so evenly matched, if you lose one of your wheels, that puts you at a serious disadvantage. Nigel has Collyer in the corner, and now it's McGuinness, but use that left arm, and wasn't a wise move, as it's no doubt quite tender at this stage in the match. Forearm to the spine, and again, using that left arm. Out of instinct using that left arm, but he really needs to reconsider that strategy. And now it's Collyer with the slam, and he had that arm behind the back, and two, and oh.
I'll tell you, anytime anyone doubts the appeal of pro wrestling, I point to a match like this, a match where two men picking each other apart, dissecting each other. This is why wrestling is such a great athletic sport, why it is so competitive, and why it is an art form. Nigel McGuinness and Chad Collyer showing you right here.
Well, you know, to borrow a line from one of the greatest announcers of all time, Gordon Soley, this is the human game of chess. And oh, Collyer with the chop to the chest of McGuinness. And oh, yanking that arm, using the rope. Oh, and again, just snapping that arm on that top rope. And this puts on the brakes. Oh, nice move by Nigel. Stuns Collyer. Is it going to be enough? No, only
Nigel
two.
McGuinness with that sore arm has really managed to even the score here. Been working over the arm of Chad Collyer. Things are back to an even playing field here.
Using that right arm. Oh, no. Tried for a backslide. Drops McGuinness on that arm and shoulder. And McGuinness utilizing his ring presence. Tom Peepers asking McGuinness if he wants to give this one up and live to fight another day, but oh!
Collyer goes right back to that arm, sends McGuinness shoulder first into the buckle.
McGuinness, the handstand, but suckered Collyer in, and oh my!
And what a hell of a combo as McGuinness takes Collyer down. How much damage did he do to himself? Can't hook the leg because of that left arm.
He caught Collyer coming and going with that and nearly got the win. You talked about Nigel McGuinness and the flights back and forth from the UK to train here in the HWA, and that speaks volumes for the level of training that the HWA provides. People from all over the world want to be a part of this company. And people all over the world, watching this pay-per-view. And we thank each and every one of you for inviting us into your homes tonight. This crowd vocalizing their support for McGuinness.
And he's feeling it in that ring, you can tell.
They may give him that little extra something he needs. And Collyer trying to get him up on that top turnbuckle, but Collyer wants no part of it.
Crossface chicken wing, Collyer trying to lace those hands together and cinch this hold in.
McGuinness grabs the ropes. Oh, drop kick to the back. Oh, and just dropped him on the back of his head. McGuinness goes right into, oh no. 1, 2, and again, no, McGuinness. His shoulders up, and oh! That left arm and shoulder once again.
McGuinness almost out of desperation, throwing those knee strikes to the back of Chad Collyer. Collyer forced to release the hold. Collyer goes right back into it.
And look at that arm being bent. Oh.
The human anatomy is only supposed to bend so many ways.
McGuinness once again gets to the sanctuary of the bottom rope. It's going to force the break, but the damage has been done, courtesy of Collyer. And dropping the elbow. Goes for the cover. McGuinness used those free legs to power out.
McGuinness using that head once again.
Into the side. Oh, back suplex with the bridge. Oh.
At the last second, McGuinness got that left shoulder up. Tom Peepers in perfect position. That one was so close.
McGuinness just kicking wildly. It's like a wounded animal right now.
And McGuinness placed up on the top rope. Collyer going up after him. Going for that double underhook.
And he is not going to do it from the top.
McGuinness holding on, fighting it. Shoves Collyer to the canvas.
Now it's McGuinness. Off the top, crossbody. 1, 2, and no. Reversing the 1, 2, 3, no.
And look at this, Collyer right back into that submission hold.
And how much more of this can McGuinness take?
McGuinness's arm has taken so much punishment in this match. McGuinness so close to those ropes, gets his foot on it. That might be the only thing saving him at this point.
But again, how much damage is being done as Collyer bends the left arm of McGuinness. McGuinness now going to the outside, hoping to get a little timeout. But Collyer not going to give any rest to the weary. He's right out after him. Oh! McGuinness now being rolled back in by Collyer. What's Collyer got in mind now? Collyer making his way up, but McGuinness catches him. Collyer, uh-oh. Ah!
Collyer driven face first.
This
McGuinness
could do
goes
it.
to cover.
No, wait a minute.
No, Peepers caught it.
Peepers at
Collier's
the
foot was on the rope.
last possible moment. Peepers saw that foot. Good call by referee Tom Peepers. It may not be a popular decision, but it was the right one.
Well, the crowd really not happy here, but Peepers made the right call there. It may not be popular, but the referee's job isn't always. Look at the impact from McGuinness.
Collyer ducks. Oh, catches McGuinness with the boot, but the ricochet.
And he damn near decapitated him. But how much damage did it do to that already injured arm of Nigel McGuinness? McGuinness has to crawl over. He has to make the cover.
He's over there, but did he take too long? 2, 3, oh.
He absolutely did take too long.
But Collyer right on top. And right back to the submission.
Collyer very persistent in trying to wear down Nigel McGuinness and force him to tap out. McGuinness so far saying no.
And
McGuinness trying to make it to the safety of the ropes one more time. Oh, wait.
he's tapping.
McGuinness taps.
Here's your winner, Chad Collyer.
And the pain became too much. Nigel McGuinness forced to tap out, but give it up for both of these men. What a contest.
Well, this one was billed as an old school classic, and it certainly lived up to that. Chad Collyer victorious here tonight at Cyberclash, but take nothing away from Nigel McGuinness.